friends. It's Debbie Bailey with Circle Love Wreath Company. Sorry, I was having some technical issues and I'm here by myself, so it's kind of hard to say, honey, I need some help when he's not here. So just bear with me if I do have some issues this morning. It will be because we still do not have internet. We are using our hotspots for internet. When the tornado went through here, it's been nearly 2 weeks ago, it knocked out our power for 2 days, and it knocked out our internet service. Well, the internet service is back up here with everyone, but unfortunately, ours is not. And the earliest they can get a technician out here is May 14th. So in the meantime, we're using our hotspot for all of our internet. You do not believe how much you come to rely on your internet until you don't have it. So if for some reason today it happens to cut off or there's a problem, just know that's probably what it is. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to make today a sunflower table arrangement, and I'll show you in just a minute. But first I want to show you some arrangements I made last week. This is a sunflower arrangement. I bought a container at Hobby Lobby, and the flowers, most of it I bought from Jam's Designs. So that's one we made. Then I made another one. And again, this container comes from Hobby Lobby, the bottom part. And most of the flowers came from Jam's Designs. I have lemons in here. Some of them I think might have come from different places. I'm pulling off the glue strings because I didn't see them until I just held them up in the light. I have a small blue bow here, which I might change because it's kind of hard to see, even though I love it if you see it in person. But you can see all of the flower arrangement. So let's put this down, and I'll show you what we're going to create today. This is the container we're going to use. And this I bought, I think, in Oklahoma City. They have an outlet there. I can't remember right off the top of my head what it is, but that's where I bought this. This is the gaps and cracks that I made last week. I made outside on my picnic table. And so today I'm going to show you how to use this. This is our container. You can see that when I try to fit it down in here, it's not going to go. So what I'm going to have to use a serrated knife to cut, to trim it so that it fits. The first thing I'm going to do is kind of trim off some of this here. I'm sorry, it's going to be kind of loud on my mic. I didn't think about that. Now we'll see. And I think I can push it down in there. No, not quite so much. Let's trim the corners some. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and that way you'll get notifications whenever I do go live. My goal is to go live once a week. Usually it's on Thursdays. This Thursday I didn't go live because my husband had an appointment, a doctor's appointment in Dallas that we had to go to. We live in Ardmore, so it takes us about 2 hours, hour and a half to get to Dallas. So that's why I didn't go live this last Thursday. And I thought I would just do it on Saturday to see if the audience is any different. See if that fits. That fits much better. See. What I like to do is add glue on the bottom of this, and and that will hold it in the container. And it will also make it easier if we decide to pull it out and make a different flower arrangement later on. The glue will hold it in place until I dislodge it. So here it is. The next thing I'm going to do is add some of this moss on top, just in case it peeks through. I'm not going to put a lot of it. It doesn't take a whole lot, and I'm not going to glue it because we want to be able to get our stems in there and glue our stems. What I do like to use are U-pins. This is a U-pin. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I just go through and I just kind of put a little glue on the tip of it to hold it in place, and then stick it on top of the moss. And we'll do one more. How's your Saturday going? It's hard to believe it's the weekend already. Seems like time is just flying by. We're going to put one more little pin over here to kind of hold that in place. And I use this so I don't get burned, to push my pin down in there. You try to push it down, sometimes you get glue on your hands. Whenever we're doing a table arrangement, what we want to do is think about how it's going to set. And you're going to want it where you can turn it all the way around, and no matter which angle you view the arrangement, it's going to look balanced. These are the florals we're going to use today. First thing I do, just like on a wreath, is I use my largest florals first. This one I bought at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to go ahead and clip them all off so we don't have to listen to the You always want to cut your stems long because you can always trim them shorter. If you come too short, then sometimes it's hard. You have to add another pick to it, and we don't want to have to do that. I count how many I have. That one's missing one. You can't use it. It's probably around here somewhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we want to balance this out. And what I usually do is start on the front. I'll go front, back, or like if you're at a clock, it'd be 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And I'm sorry if my logo is backwards. I forgot to mirror it. Or I did mirror it, but it's not helping, I don't think. This has a little nub right here on it, so I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut it on an angle. Let's see what's wrong with this. It doesn't matter, they all need to be about the same. So I'm going to go, and when you're putting this in, you want to put most of your stems, try to get them as close to the middle of your arrangement as you can. So I'm going to go here in the middle, and this is going to be a dry run, friends. When your stems are kind of bigger, it's harder to get in. If you're watching, please leave me in the comments where you're from. I would love to be able to communicate and talk with you and let you know, maybe when things go on sale and what I'm using, what I'm up to, what you're up to. I'm building my community on YouTube, so sometimes it's a little bit harder. I just kind of bent these to the side. You see my stems kind of bent. I don't want to bend it too much, and I'll probably come back later on and change it, because you want your florals to look natural. You don't want them to look all going the same direction. You want them to look like they're growing in your garden. Okay, I have all four, just like I said. One at 12 o'clock, one at 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Now I'm gonna, since I like this, I'm gonna go ahead and go back and glue these. And since they already have a little hole there, it should be a little bit easier to go in. The glue I use is Gorilla Glue. I buy it on Amazon. If you look on my webpage, I do have an affiliate link where if you click on my link and you buy it, it'll help me get an Amazon front store where I can do more. I'm not quite there yet. Okay, so we have these. Pull this one out. I want them to come out a little bit from the arrangement because I don't want it to be just all compact. So, and I think next I will go in with some more on the corners maybe and make them a little bit lower. I'm going to go to the opposite corner. I'm still going toward the center. What's happening is it's getting hung in the moss, and that's making it a little bit harder to get down. Should put a towel or something under me so it wouldn't be so loud. So we're going to save this one because I might want to put it somewhere else since it's the odd man out. So I have my sunflowers. I have this one all going kind of different directions, just like they would in the wild. The next thing I want to do is add my greenery. And this is some greenery I had left over. I try to use different types of greenery because when you use the same thing, well, I guess, let me explain. Using different types of greenery helps your arrangement to have different textures to it. So this one I'm going to go in right up in the middle, right here at the top. And we're building from the top kind of out, in case you're wondering. I'm going from here, like this is one layer where I put in my big flowers, and my greenery is a second layer. And I try to spread it out. This is what we call a pusher. You just kind of push the limbs up. And I always go the opposite side. I put this one here in this corner, so this one's going to go over here in this corner. Some more of this. That was from a leftover one that I did earlier. Y'all don't know how nervous I get. I get so nervous when I do this, and I know I shouldn't. But that's okay. I'm learning, you're learning, we're all learning together. This one I'm going to put coming out farther, a little bit farther out, so it's a little bit lower than that first one. And that's what I'm talking about. See, it's a little bit lower than the first one. I also want to apologize the distance. I'm not sure how well you can see this. I'm not quite sure how to get the camera right in there. I'm going to have to do some research. That's some of my friends. How they get it focused. I think they hold the camera right. So this one's over here kind of lower. This one's going to be on the opposite side again, lower. And I'm getting it kind of down. Now we're going to go in with some more filler. I'm going to wait on more greenery. I am going to use more greenery, but I want to make sure I get some of this in there. Have some purple. These you just kind of pull apart, and you can see how it's just kind of pulling apart without even trying. And spread it out. And here you have a smaller sunflower. You have different textures on the stem. It's kind of like a 60919, but it's not. It has more stuff on it. And this is kind of going to go maybe right here on the. I'm going to use my scissors because this stem is kind of thick, and with that grass, sometimes it makes it hard to get it in the foam. So I'm just going to use my scissors to kind of put a hole in there. There. See how that filled in nicely? We're going to take another piece. Cut it on the angle. That'll make it so much easier to go inside. Spread it out for inches, just like this. And this is going to go on the opposite side. Remember, I like to do opposites. I'm going to use my scissors to kind of make a hole in the foam. And we'll come back later and spread things out so we can see how it's going to look. You want your arrangements to be flowy. You want them to kind of flow out. This is driving me nuts. to me that I can put underneath this, so maybe it won't rattle so much on my table. There. That's better. Okay. So I'm gonna go with 2 more pieces on the other corners. I may even go with one higher, like right in there, I think. If you watch my videos, you'll know that I don't do a lot of chit chat. I try to talk and explain as I'm doing it. I think that's the teacher in me. I like to try to explain. If I'm not explaining and you have questions, or I'm not explaining well enough and you have questions, please, friends, just leave me a comment. I read the comments. I may not get back with you today or the day of your comment, but when I check the comments, I always reply. So if you have a question, or even if there's something you would like for me to do or show you, please just leave me a comment. I'll get back with you and I'll try to answer it. If I don't know the answer, I have friends and they will help me find the answer. Some of the stuff here and put it in the trash. The next thing I want to add is some purple, some more purple. And I have this is a 60919, and I think it would be pretty. We're going to try it out first just to see what it looks like, to give us more texture. Because the greenery, see, the greenery is a slightly different color. I'm gonna try this right in here. I do kind of like that. And you can see it's falling apart. So what I usually do when that happens, if I have a wire on the one of the ones that's falling apart, I bend it around it to hold it together. Because once I get it glued in, it's not really going to matter. And we're going to make this one right over here in the side, and I'll show you just a second, friends. Use my scissors to make me a hole because these stems are so big. And I think I tell you every single time I go live is whenever I'm starting, I just pick out my flowers. I kind of coordinate all the flowers with the container, and then I just let my creativity take over, because nothing I make, unless I'm duplicating it, making 2 of them, because I know someone wants 2, I just get in here and I create. So this one's going to come back over here, more on this side here. And you can see it's already been full. It's already been full, friends. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take as much with table arrangements as it does wreaths, as much materials, elements, whatever you want to call them. this came out, so I'm gonna kind of put it back down in here. First find me a hole that I can get it through. I'm not used to sitting down either. This is kind of awkward for me. I kind of like standing up, but making a arrangement is kind of hard. I don't have a place to really stand. This one's going to go kind of in the middle. Adding these. So I'm going to try to speed this up in case it drops out again. And add some more greenery. I'm using a different color greenery to give it more texture. This one is a slider, so I'm going to quickly go in here before I lose the internet again. What I'm doing now is looking for holes. Where do I see a hole? So I'm going to go in and just add it, different greeneries, different things to give it a little bit more texture. Hope your Saturday's going well. So it kind of hangs down. We're going to Dallas later today to watch my granddaughter. She will be in 7th grade next year. She's in 6th grade this year. And middle school, where she goes to school at, is middle school. It's not elementary. It's not K through 6. So she is in the choir, and she tried out for a part in the high school choir, and she got it. And so the high school is performing tonight, and she gets to be part of it. I'm so, so very proud of her. I thought this morning I would go live since I didn't get to go live Thursday. I thought, well, we'll just do it quickly this morning. And lo and behold, the hotspot's not cooperating, which is okay. I mean, it happens. lifting up my sunflowers and kind of putting this below it. Because I kind of want to see, let me see if I can show you, see how that's filled in there? But if you look over on this side, see at the very bottom, it's not filled in. So that's what I'm doing with this, and here's a piece right here I can use. This little sunflower is hiding, so I'm gonna go in there and lift him. I'll probably re-add him later. But if you're gonna cover up your flowers with your other stuff, then you might as well just take them out, because there's no use in leaving them in there while they're hiding and you can't see them. All I'm doing is kind of turning it around so I can see. I see a couple of more holes. I'm going to go in with some more of this. This is purple 60919. See right here, I have a hole, so we're going to go in and add them down there. See a hole right in here. But I think I want to add some more of this. I wish I could tell you that this is just real easy. There is a recipe, like I was showing you earlier, where you add the biggest flowers first. And then there's a recipe to layer it, where you add the flowers and you add your greenery and then you add your filler. But then at the very end, sometimes you just have to go back in and use your eye and kind of fill it out to figure out what you need. And that's my friends, that's what I'm doing now, is I'm using this bush and I'm gonna go in. It's a great filler bush. I love it because it has the yellow on the end, and it brings out the yellow in the sunflowers. So I love to use this one. I love to use it in the spring, but I also love to use it in the fall, because it blends right in with the fall colors. Maybe tomorrow or Monday I might come back on live and I'll walk you around my house and show you all the florals, the table arrangements, and the wreaths that I have for sale in my Etsy shop. If you haven't gone there, you might want to go there and check, because today is the end of my Mother's Day sale. I'm having a sale on everything and it's 20% off. So you might want to go there today, and when I get off here, whenever I post it, I'll put it's on my bio. You can look at my bio on YouTube and click on the Etsy link. This is just a long twig, and I showed you before how we do this. You just wrap it around your finger to make a curlicue, and it'll just be sticking out of the floral arrangement. I should have another one somewhere in here. Where this one is. Probably got buried in there. Remember I told you I had another sunflower? Is it out? And I thought I'd see where it goes. And I know right exactly where this one's gonna go. It's gonna go right up here. I probably need another one right in here. I'm not going to use any bows on this because I think it just looks better with a table arrangement. I could put a bow right there. Look at all the bows I have over here. I have some bows made here. So I can see it. That's not too bad. See what you think. Let me turn it around where I can see it and I can arrange the bow. I don't know, friends. For now, I think we're just gonna cut out the bow. Like, waste your times. I decide to put a bow, I'll post a picture of you, a picture of it in there. And I think we're done. I'll probably go through and look at my florals and kind of rearrange them. I don't know. Right. I think they look pretty good. My sunflowers directions. You even have one here on the top. So, see it. Still think I need another one right here. And I could use one. I could use part of this one and put it in there. But I need to add a pick to this. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and see if I can find my picks. I'm just about out. That's something I need to pick up today while I'm in Dallas. What we're going to do is just use one of these stems. Just like that. I'm going to use some floral wire that I have and wrap around it. And floral tape. So I'm just, it's hard for you to see that far away. In my next life, when I do a table arrangement, I promise you I'm going to have this figured out. see right in there, I added one right here. That's where I added it. Where it needed to go. Thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you so much for watching this, watching the replay. If you watch the replay before I post it, I promise I will go in there and I'll try to cut out some of the places where we lost the hot spot. Again, it's so much fun to do this. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Ask me a question in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you want to watch more, I have some more how-tos on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to that. That way you'll get notified. So there's several things I need to work on, and that's okay. I'm just starting out. So I'm going to give myself some grace. And so that's okay. We all have to start from somewhere. So thank you for coming along with my journey. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and God bless you. Bye-bye. Let's see if I can get you up closer so you can see a better picture of it up close.